what do we do that's different? There's a simplified focus, which is a behavioural framework which is consistent and available for everybody, and it puts individuals in the driving seat so that everybody has a clear understanding of what the behaviours are that make great individuals in this organisation, and they're aligned to where the organisation needs those behaviours to be. What does that do? Well, it supports an employee value proposition. Why does it? Because you have access to a coach, and you get access and know that everybody in an organisation is held to account for the same behaviours. Everybody here is an adult. Everybody has the responsibility to be able to drive their own growth, and to operate against these behaviours, and everybody has the ability to hold everybody else to account against it. So I have complete clarity about what's required. What does it do? It provides real clear data that is really valuable about the competence of individuals in your organisation. But it provides individuals with real clear data about their competence and what they can do differently to be able to change performance outcomes. As opposed to at the moment, what's the way of getting that information or that intelligence? Well, against your technical skills, great. About anything else, no. It provides a coaching framework for managers, which means that I understand exactly what skills and competency my individuals are required to have against these humanistic skills. And actually, I can now support the individual in a much easier way. And second, an individual's in the driving seat and responsible for their own development. So actually, that frees up my time to be able to become supportive with them. For a leader, I'm developing against the framework, and it helps me develop my leadership. And it gives me a coaching framework for when I'm practicing my leadership, enables me to be able to exert those skills in a fundamentally different way, and allows me to be able to build relationships with my people in a far different way than I do right now, because we remove the friction that comes as a consequence of that. Performance management, I still do that. Of course, we have to have people that are accountable for performance outcomes. But what I'm equipped with is an understanding of the behaviours that will impact the performance, and I can do something about changing those behaviours. There's no point in me standing at the end of 100 metres and telling somebody they haven't run fast enough. What do I do different? This is the input that tells you what you can do differently. I have targeted training. Why? Because there'll be certain things as an organisation that what you want to do is you want to pull out and we say, let's fast track this. Let's not leave this to individuals at their own pace. We've got gaps, we need to do something with this, otherwise we're going to have risk in our organisation. And then we have career and talent planning. Career, as an individual, I can manage my career because I know exactly what skills and development I need to have to get to the next level of performance in my organisation. And I can start to develop against those in my current role. For an organisation, succession planning on heat, right? Because what it will do is it will tell you exactly who's developing, exactly what their competency is, exactly what role they want to be able to go on to do. So rather than you putting out expensive recruitment adverts and bringing somebody in, and by the way, when you bring somebody in, missing the opportunity to promote somebody up your ranks for them, because as soon as you don't, then people leave you. And imagine doing that across an organisation and growing people. So that means that then you recruit at your lowest risk area and your lowest cost area, because you move everybody up the ladder, or more appropriately up the scaffolding, because actually this is about moving people horizontally as well as vertically. So what does that do for an organisation? Well, I said it's an employee value proposition. So if you can turn around to people and say, this is the organisation that you're coming into, this is not hierarchical, you'll know exactly what you need to do, you'll get a coach, we'll support you with your development, it will give you the capability to understand exactly what you need to do. It doesn't matter where you work, you can understand what you need to do and you can be in the driving seat of change for yourself. That will then change recruitment because you can recruit against it. So does it make the recruitment process more robust? Yes. Does it make the recruitment process feel more robust for an individual? Yes. Is that a good thing? Yes. Do you want to get to a place that feels like that actually there are high standards in this organisation and it's difficult to get into? Or do you want to go to somewhere that it feels really easy to get into? I'll leave that one with you. And then induction, which clearly so many people have been inducted and haven't even met anybody. So I haven't talked about the collaboration aspects of what we do. But if you understand the skill sets that somebody has when they're joining you, you can fast track them on the journey to say, look, here's the rich skill sets that you're going to need that are going to most support your growth in this organisation. On the basis that you know that they're personalised to them, and then you can support that growth. Creates engagement for everybody because I'm working in a great place. and I can grow and I can manage my career, as we say here. And then people will leave, of course they will. They're always going to leave. But if they leave because they have to, because there isn't a role, rather than they want to, it's fundamentally different. And those people will talk about your brand for a long period of time. So what does that do? Well, it becomes cultural. So everybody is operating to the same behavioural framework. It increases competence and it provides people choice. So what choice do I have? Well, I have a choice to be able to develop and train and look after myself. Or I have a choice not to be in this organisation if I don't want to do that. That's equally fine. But it's a choice. It gives people confidence. The more competence you can give people and the more consistency you have across an organisation of that approach, the more confidence people are going to have that actually it's not about me, I'm being supported, creates care. And get connected with the organisation, with my manager in a really deep way, not just about the workout, but I get really connected with my manager in a deep way. And I get connected with other people because I can learn with other people across the organisation. It creates challenge because we want to be an organisation that's growing. And real big bits of the outcome of this is trust. Trust, you'll know yourself, operates in the space of the unsaid and where perceptions aren't managed and aren't understood. I thought that you knew how to do that. Well, I didn't. So, yeah, but I thought you did. Well, but how do we get to that point? And responsibility, which I actually think certain people are crying out for, not everybody. Clearly, there's a whole load of people that would like to apportion blame. But we need people to be able to take responsibility and put them in that driving seat.